Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. And now your host, Kyle Ruff.
Please.
Can you reach me my sunglasses behind you?
You need sunglasses for
We're
this
going
pod.
really Top Gun right now.
You know why? Because it's fucking August and I'm wearing jorts.
It's August. It's bright in here. When you're sitting with you two shining stars, it gets a little bright, boys.
I feel like I'm on, like the highway to the danger zone.
You look really cool.
Thanks, dude. Do I look fast?
Yeah.
Because I feel fast.
Yeah, you look like you own a boat.
Thank you, dude.
Not that you don't use it. You use it like 2 times a year, but you own one.
But I own one just to have the option.
Just for bitches.
And I
So
can tell
strictly
chicks.
to get bitches. That's
I can
why.
tell chicks that I own a boat.
God, dude.
It goes a
I
long
wish I had a
way.
boat.
Is that how life is down in Stagecoach? It's just like I'm on a reservoir with a boat, like, and
No, you mean
just
it?
slaying puss.
Are you talking about me at Catamount?
No, I'm talking
Or that
about
was
just in general
just
people
the
at
plebes
Stagecoach.
I don't know. I don't associate with poor people.
Okay,
It's true, he doesn't.
that's right. I forgot that you drive a speedboat for the fucking Clintons up
Yeah, I
at
do.
But if you have a
Catamount.
boat, women
I
will
do that.
literally slide.
They'll slide out of their seats. If you
Slide
tell them.
out of their seats into your boat.
It's like they hit an oil slick on their chair. They'll just and they'll hit the ground.
And then you're cruising on the lake.
And then you're cruising on the lake with the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, yet again, Kyle Ruff, joined to my right by Mr. Matt Newland.
Check it
Hi
out.
again.
Thanks for tuning in.
And across the table is the one, the only, the myth, the legend, Reed Belmonte.
Hi.
We got a readcast.
We got a Reedcast.
Got dragged
It's
into
always
a
nice when we
recast.
get a readcast.
We don't get a lot of Reedcasts anymore, but
It's
when we do, it's a good cast.
a nice treat.
It's a perfect day and a good episode for a readcast.
Why is that?
Because it's a good perspective on the subject. Because I'm not part of it. I'm an audience.
That's true. So we had a theme coming in for this podcast specifically.
And if you couldn't tell by the sunglasses, the theme is volleyball.
The theme is fucking shooting nondescript enemies out of fighter jets like men.
Should we take our shirts off? Guys?
Should we take
Guys?
guys?
Should we take our
Guys?
shirts off?
Just
Take
gate
my
up?
shirt off. Yeah. And we already got the sunglasses on.
I feel like we could just play.
At some point during this podcast, I will just take my shirt
Just
off.
take it. Just don't even say anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm telling you right now.
Oh, Reed's
that later
fucking
on,
up.
Reed's already fucking
This
up.
is why you don't have Reed on the podcast.
That's why we only do a readcast once a month.
Sorry.
Yeah. God.
My God.
But yes, we have.
Do you want me to take my shirt off or not?
When you feel the moment is right, Reed, I want you to take your shirt off. Okay.
Did your
Okay.
Nuva ring just fall out? What was that?
This is my.
It just sounded.
It might as
I
well
heard
just-
a roll.
His
dude.
sponge just hit the floor.
It's my vape.
Hit the floor.
It's my vape pen, so it
Sponges
might
hit
as well be. Yeah.
It's like you tell a chick you have a boat, and it's like the sponges hit the floor.
Oh my God.
They don't even use the sponges anymore. Sexually, I'm talking about, not like dishwashing.
Jesus.
Anyways,
I mean, you can use them for all sorts of things.
they are very multifunctional, the
Mhm.
sponge.
That's how they came up with SpongeBob.
Some bitch dropped her sponge. Was like, "Hey, wait a minute."
That dude was like, "Wait a sec."
Dude's like, what if I put pants on there? Let's just say hypothetically, that sponge lived in a pineapple under the sea.
And by a pineapple, I mean used to be a vagina. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Let's say your vagina was a pineapple.
a beautiful pineapple.
A
That's
beautiful
why-
pineapple, very prickly.
And that's why his best friend is a starfish.
I was gonna say pet
A
snail.
chocolate starfish? He
Right
was
next
brown
door.
at first, but he was too on the nose. So. Oh, anyway, so speaking of vaginas and buttholes, we have
And everything in between.
and everything in between, which is the taint. We have a theme for the podcast, which is the dating scene in Steamboat. It's
Bum,
something-
bum, bum,
Dun,
bum.
dun, dun. It's something
dun.
we all make jokes about. And so I thought it'd be a fun thing to just riff on, talk about our shitty experiences. For those of you who live here, you know that it's a weird thing, especially if you're a single person, because there's weird ratios. It's just small town bullshit.
It's a small town dating
And people
pool.
who
It's-
don't live in Steamboat, they understand at least small town bullshit. And so I went on the World Wide Web.
The
and
internet
I asked,
for the
I
lame
asked
man.
some people. I was like, "Hey, if you have a funny story to tell, give me a call or shoot me a text, and we'll share your story on here as well. And we got a couple too, and we'll jump into that. But first, I wanted to talk about the fantastic fucking show we had last weekend with Sam Tallent.
And we'll also talk about movies later too. Just
We
in
always
case.
do at some point.
We don't know which ones yet, but we will talk about
I watched
movies.
Master and Commander last night, and we're going to talk about it because it was sweet.
Okay.
For
yeah.
sure.
Glad to hear.
God.
Yeah. So Sam
shows.
Tallent was the fact we were hoping to do a podcast with him too. It didn't quite work out.
Yeah, he wouldn't fit in your room.
No, probably not. He's a large feller.
He's the best.
I referred to him on Instagram as my identical twin, which I thought was
You guys do look the same.
I think so.
At least body size.
Yeah.
Your
And
faces are a
face
little
and
different.
Everything else.
Yeah.
But Reed, so Reed was there as an audience member Saturday night. How'd you feel about that?
Good Lord, was that a fun show? That was a really great show. You did great. Newland did great. Kaylin did great. Did Drew go up?
Not on Saturday.
No, he went up Friday.
Gotcha. Yeah. I thought I missed him, but you all did great. But
Thank you.
what's his name from Louisiana?
Oh, Lane Lognon was a surprise
My
guest.
Goodness, what a funny dude.
He is a funny guy.
He was
Fucking
out of
great set.
nowhere. I loved his demeanor. He was really really a treat.
Yeah.
And then there was some large animal that went on after him.
Oh, that would be
and then was
birthday piss
making
on Instagram.
making a
Yeah.
lot of
Old
noise.
birthday piss, yeah.
My wife and I were very confused. I was looking at exits.
Yeah. Patrick.
Patrick Richardson, he was really funny. So we brought
Yeah,
him
he
on.
was
the fucking man.
Pat-
He was very funny.
was brought up by Sam to feature, and then Lane, just at the Saturday show, he just kind of happened to be passing through town, and those guys were both like, hey, this guy we know is a friend of ours, funny dude, like we'll vouch for him, and we'll even take a cut on time if you can put him up. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, why
Fuck
not?
yeah, dude.
Yeah, he was awesome. Really cool guy too. We went and got breakfast the next day.
Cool as the other side of the pillow,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
He
dude.
was a cool ass fucking dude.
And Patrick was really funny too. It's funny just because he's he's still enormous, but it's still a smaller version of Sam Tallent.
Right,
That's how
everybody
enormous
looks
Sam
small
is.
compared to Sam.
Dude,
yeah.
he's the largest person on earth.
And Sam is just oh my God. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The biggest treats ever when it comes to stand-up comedy are the ones where you know as an audience member they're not going off of anything. He just went up and I think most of it was just him being funny and going with it.
He did very little material.
Oh
it was
my
mostly
God.
just fucking around.
I've
And
never seen anything like it before. He was just
Yeah.
going with it the whole time and making shit up off the top of his head, and we were dying laughing to the point where I got a little annoying. I ate about 500 milligrams before I came there of THC,
As
and
you do.
I had a real cackling moment. I was like. I literally couldn't stop. It was a
Yeah.
really bad Joker laugh.
Yeah.
And there was a few points where Sam was interrupted. He's like, why are you doing this? Why are you sounding like that?
It was funny
It
'cause
just
we
made
were
it
in-
worse. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And we were in the back, and he kept being like, this weird psycho laughing guy. Why are you laughing like that?
We're like,
and
is
I was
that
like, I
Reed?
bet that's Reed.
Yeah, we're like, is that Reed?
Yeah.
Probably. And it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The next day
I was
like,
losing it.
he was talking about it, and I was like, which guy was that? And I was hoping he'd be like, oh, the guy with the beard and this and that. But he was just like, I don't know, some guy. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Couldn't see him.
I didn't make a big impact. Sam.
But you did. Yeah, it was
That was a great show.
dude,
oh my
Saturday
God.
was
that
an absolute blowout.
What a treat.
Friday
what a talent.
was tough. So one of the hard things about doing comedy in this town is that there's always some other goddamn thing going on.
God, dude.
And what I mean by some other goddamn thing is a goddamn bluegrass band.
It wasn't just
Or
a bluegrass
jam
band.
Or a jam band, or occasionally white person reggae. And those are the three genres you get
Yeah.
in Steamboat.
And that's a treat, too.
And that's a treat. They're like, whoa, we got a white person reggae guy?
Oh, my God.
It's so the Friday, and it was, I guess they must have booked it about the same time I booked Sam, because I booked Sam a while ago. They booked a free concert. The city does free concerts downtown.
Huge thing
And
here in Steamboat.
10,000 goddamn people come, and it was the biggest name of the whole summer,
Yeah.
too. Some guy, Sam Bush, you went to the show, didn't
Oh,
you?
100%. I went to the show.
Was he awesome?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a legend. He's fucking great.
Yeah, I bet
it was
he
it was
sucks.
worth it.
He's no
So-
fucking Sam Tallent.
He's
It
no
was
Sam
no
Tallent.
Steamboat. It was no Steamboat comedy. It was like Steamboat comedy with more mandolin and a lot more racism.
That sounds.
That's hard to do.
I mean, we already have a lot of racism.
A lot of
and a decent amount of mandolin. Yeah.
Lot of white people running around. You know
Well,
what's the matter with them?
We just call that people running around in Steamboat. But so we were up against that, and I was sweating bullets.
Yeah, no, it was tough.
Because I was like, no one's going to come to this fucking show, and I'm going to shoot
you
myself.
texted me, you're like, dude, I'm afraid no one's going to come. And when I say no one, I mean like literally zero.
Zero fucking people. Because it was like, I think we sold our first ticket to the Friday show online, because we do like online sales ahead of time. We do sales at the door, but we do online ahead of time. I think we sold our first ticket like 2 hours before the show.
Yeah, it's not a good
And
sign.
I was like, this is going to be an empty fucking room.
Yeah.
And Sam Tallent's going to think that we're a bunch of fucking losers.
and he's going to tell everyone that we suck.
We suck. It's a waste of his time.
All
And
our
then
insecurities were boiling out
I was
4 hours before showtime.
I was about to shoot myself in the head.
If not, Sam Bush was going to get a bullet to the head.
Yeah, I would have assassinated Sam
Standing in the
Bush.
rain with a bottle of Jack Daniels, he's like, I don't even know you.
I would have found him and I would have thrown my shoes at him like he was George Bush. But it ended up being a decent crowd. There's probably like 25, 30 people
By the end of the night.
by the end of the night. There was a group of 8 or like 10 that came in
Oh, it's
like,
that
right
up
after
front.
we started and like saved the day.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it wasn't for them, I would have fucking.
They came like halfway through my set,
Yeah.
and I was hosting.
Yeah, you were up front. So they came, they still caught everybody, but they didn't come in like right at the right time. So that was awesome.
Thank God for them. Shout out to them.
Shout out to those guys, random guys, friend of the show.
All random guys, friends of the show.
Yes.
If you come to our show, you're a friend of the
then
fucking
you're a friend
show.
of the show. Anyone who comes to our show, you are automatically a friend of the show. So, yeah, it was a fantastic fucking weekend. Couldn't have had a better time. Sam's such a cool guy to like. I didn't realize that he's not even that much like older than us.
How old is he?
He's 35.
Ah.
He looks older than that.
Yes, he does.
He does. But he just
doesn't.
started doing comedy when he was like 18. So he's like about my age with like 15 years
Fucking
more experience.
17, 18 years
God
in,
damn.
dude.
And it's just a killer. And also, I mean, we talked about on the last podcast, his book is phenomenal. He's such a creative dude.
Smart as a whip, dude.
Dude, yeah, sharp.
When you're
as
smart and
a
you look like
razor.
that, you better be like a teacher, a comedian, or somebody who like murders college students. It's only one of the three.
Why not all three? So you can murder college students and do anything else on the side.
He is a very commanding presence for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, definitely. And what did you call him? He's like a walking thesaurus, bro. He just knows
Yes.
every word. Like he
Like
just knows all of them.
He just has so many arrows in his fucking diction quiver that you can just shoot out. And that's like part of his charm is he when he's like riffing, he'll point something out in the room, but just the way that he said it is a way that you don't normally hear it.
Yeah.
Instead
and
of
that's
being
funny as
like,
fuck.
look at this fat guy, he'd be like, look at this portly gentleman or something, like just
Right.
throw something out and you're like, Matt,
Dude, he was so fucking good, man.
Yeah,
So was Patrick. Patrick was fucking.
Patrick was funny.
You don't expect Patrick's voice to come out of him. Like
Yeah.
when he got on stage, dude, I was like, whoa, that's not what I expected you to sound like.
Yeah.
He was funny. He had some fucking great bits.
He was wearing jean shorts, and I looked at him, and I looked over at Andy. I was like, "Is this how the world like sees me?" And
Yeah, for sure.
she
dude.
like
I
fucking
can
lost it.
I
I
can
was just like,
answer
"Is
that
that
for
seriously
you."
how? Like, I think I look decent, but that's what I actually look like." I was like, "I need to go home."
You're in a little better shape than old Patrick Piss. I think. No offense to Patrick.
His
When your name is Patrick.
his
Piss.
heaven in space bit, I thought was fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did
Not to
on
give anything
Saturday. He did just like a quick, not to give anything away either, because it was just like an anecdote. But I introduced him, and then he gets on stage, and he was just like, "That introduction sucked."
And it
Kyle,
really
come do it
wasn't
again.
like a bad introduction.
I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was just like a shtick to do, and I was like, "All right." So I played along, and he was like, "Yeah, give me a new introduction." So I was like, "Okay," and I just like jumped up on stage and was like kind of like shrugging to everybody,
Yeah.
like, and I just went full fucking like MMA. What's his name?
What's his fucking
Bruce
name from
Buckner?
the WWE?
Yeah, and I was like, introducing
The world champion. Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, "That a boy, Kyle.
It was
Give
super-
it."
It was funny. The defending.
Light heavyweight, super heavyweight champ.
I should have called him like the featherweight champion.
Oh yeah. Damn it. Next time.
That was a missed opportunity.
Write that down next time.
Write that down.
The smallest man in Arkansas.
You'll see him at your local CrossFit. No, you won't. He's a big boy. So it was a fucking great weekend. Had such a blast. But want to get in to the subject, which is dating in Steamboat.
Dun, 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 dun,
Which is really fun for me to get an insight in because I've been happily married for the past 8 years.
The
to
entire time you've been
my
here.
lovely wife.
Yeah.
The whole time. So all I've been with Andy is an audience when I'm at bars and at parties, and Andy and I are just like, hey, look at that one. You know, like, look at that one
Look at
go.
this fucking weirdo.
Like, they're trying to do that. Oh, gotcha. Oh,
the best is when you, especially if you're like with a date already, or like with like a girlfriend or a wife, and
Or a
you're-
boyfriend.
or a boyfriend. We don't discriminate.
Yeah, whoa, dude.
Yeah. Or
A partner.
someone that you stick your stuff into them.
Let
Or
them
smush
into
things
you.
again.
Or you- or
whatever
you
that
just-
is.
You're grinding open orifices. So
Yes.
if you're with that and you see someone else and they're obviously on a Tinder date, that's like the best people
Yeah.
watching. You see them like a guy and a girl like meet like a coffee shop, and you see them like shake hands or do something really awkward, and then they sit down and you're like, oh, this is gonna be good.
And by the end, they've both been on their phones like for 10 minutes, and you're like, oh, this isn't going well.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, I think this guy's striking out. And I've been that guy, so I know, which is part of the fun. But yeah, so
It's a
I
good guy to be.
well, we have that's all I know, really.
Yeah. It's a
So-
good guy to be.
It's different things here. So Reed's you've been here about as long as I have, basically on and off.
Yeah.
Been married the whole time though.
Mhm.
The first, I guess basically 4 or 5 years I was in Steamboat, I had a girlfriend, usually long distance though. And then
LDR.
LDR is no.
Long distance
Fun.
relationship. Yeah.
I thought you were thinking Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is a fucking. We can talk about that later.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we can get into
talk about the new show and what a disaster
we can
it's
get
going to
into
be.
that later.
But yeah, since I've known you, you've never really had a partner.
A
if you
partner.
will.
We can circle back to that. Yeah, my second year here, I had a girlfriend for a while, but since we've been chilling, dude, I'm over it.
That's
I'm
it?
over chicks. Yeah,
Just
I'm done.
over, yeah.
That's it?
I hung my dick up, dude.
Just-
Just going to Idaho, just going to build a cabin,
I
say
hung-
fuck it all?
I've hung my dick up. I'm no longer interested in anything or anyone.
Wow.
Just now, you know.
It's the sunglasses talking. I'm kidding. I still try hard.
Just trying to
It's
be
like
cool.
he's like a
Yeah, I'm just
computer.
trying to be cool right
Yeah.
now.
I just look cool, so I'm too cool for
Yeah, but that's
chicks.
part of like living in Steamboat. It's tough as fuck to try to meet partners. Speaking of partners, it's so stupid that we call significant others partners, but I do like it because when I get a girlfriend, I'm gonna be like, "This is my partner," but with like a really like southern
like a
accent.
howdy partner
Yeah.
kind
This
of
is my
vibe.
fucking partner right here,
Yeah.
and then spit.
And she's gonna be like, "Well, not anymore." Like I'm leaving.
She'd
now.
be like, is that chew spit?
Yeah, she's like, did you start dipping right now? And you're like, yeah, just for this bit.
This is yeah. Every time I refer to you as my partner, I have to throw a chew in. It's a whole thing. Welcome to my life.
I will say one thing, just from observing through my friends and their relationships over the years in Steamboat, in and out of relationships, the one of the key things that separates Steamboat Springs from other places is just the sole fact that small towns can be hard in that sense, because if shit goes south with your relationship, you may still live with this person, work with this person, or see this person at fucking National Grocer, the same bars, the same places.
Yep.
And that is like
Can't avoid them.
you can't avoid people in a town like this.
Yep.
Yep. And that can complicate shit.
Yeah. I've definitely run into some chicks after bad dates, and we just don't talk or make eye contact.
You just walk
at
right
all.
by. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
walk right by. Like, I don't know you, even though I do, and everyone in this whole bar knows each other, and they probably
We have the same friends.
we have
yeah.
the same friends.
Uh-huh. You just gotta be like, Jesus Christ. That's whenever you see someone you've dated, you're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
you just keep walking.
Right.
It's just a moment of uncomfortability. And then
Yeah,
you move
just kind of
on.
like, and then you just pretend it didn't happen, and everyone's fine.
Yeah, and
and everyone's
it
fine.
It doesn't keep you up or
I'm
anything.
not crying or anything at all right now.
You don't think about it the rest of the night,
That's-
possibly the week.
That's why I'm wearing these shades. You can see my eyes welling up
That's
right
really
now.
why we're wearing them, because we're gonna cry a lot during this episode.
Kyle, what did the people say?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want
Or do you want to tell some Tinder
I'll
stories?
tell some anecdotes
Tell
that
some
I've had,
anecdotes,
because I've had a couple.
I got nothing.
I've
dude.
had
I
a
mean,
couple
I don't give
silly
a shit
ones
about anything.
recently. So
I got nothing either, so hit her, Kyle. My wife and I went to Vaqueros last week.
boring.
We shared the queso this time.
So essentially, what I've found is that you have two options, in this town to meet chicks, and that's basically meeting chicks at the bar, which is not great because that usually means that they're a raging alcoholic, especially in Steamboat, because everyone's a raging alcoholic in this town.
Yeah.
As they say, it's a drinking town with a skiing problem.
And
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Not to cut you off, but honestly, a lot of bars in this town, it's like they all play super loud music, which didn't used to be the case, dude.
Right.
When I
like
first
the Barley
got
used
here,
to be a place to hang out, and now it's like, hey, how you doing?
and I was trying to meet someone while in the clubs playing 50 Cent, dude,
Right.
and you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. Want to get out of here? What? Never mind.
It's your birthday. It's not.
It's not actually my birthday. So
The
there was
bar scene.
there was one girl I this is how long ago was this? This might have been like 6 months or maybe a little more ago. But there's a girl I met at Schmiggity's.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, you want to go out sometime? And she was like, sure, I got her number. We go to fucking Salt and Lime, and she shows up like 40 minutes late. And I was just sitting there like an asshole by myself eating chips and salsa.
Already 3
then I was-
margaritas deep, dude.
Like literally missed all of happy hour, which was because I don't know. There's a fun fact about Steamboat is if you don't go out during happy hour, then you spend $300.
The entire paycheck, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah,
And
this
even-
burger was only like $12, so it's not happy hour. Now it's 45.
Yeah, now it's literally $24. And like and some of these places now even with happy hour, like fucking goddamn Taco Cabo, their shitty ass pre-mixed margaritas are $16, but don't worry, on happy hour they're $14.
Oh, that's okay.
Like,
more-
what the
that's-
fuck?
It's like melancholy hour still. Dude,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not,
like-
there's nothing happy
it feels
about
slightly better about it. Like, I'm not actually happy yet, but so we go to Salt and Lime. She shows up late. We miss all the happy hour, and so I'm just sitting there like drinking also slightly less expensive margaritas. And she gets there, and I'm like, "Hey, like I'm gonna order some food. Do you want anything?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay,
that. Good thing we went to a restaurant.
yeah, sick." But of course she's like, margarita, and then another one and another one. I'm like, "Are you sure you don't want food?" And she was like, "I don't want food." And then she
How about some Pedialyte?
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
How about just a loaf of bread so I don't have to drag you out of here? Which is essentially what happened. But first she spent about an hour and a half maybe sitting there just treating me like a therapist
Oh,
and just telling me her whole life story.
Oh, God.
And like how
God, don't you hate it when women talk?
when they have thoughts and ideas.
I'm sorry.
But this was like, this wasn't like small talk. It was like an unloading. And I was just kind of
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wow.
and nobody
fuck
wants
around.
to date you, Matt. Whoa.
Yeah.
Goddamn obvious joke. I'm joking. Wearing
Sorry, ladies.
sunglasses.
I swear I'm a nice guy.
I'm a good
Oh,
listener.
jeez.
I love it when women talk.
Follow him on Twitter at Sir Isaac Newland.
Sir Isaac Newland. I'm not misogynistic.
Sure.
I feel
Hey,
like I can't dig myself out
No,
of
you
this.
just stop.
Keep
And-
going.
Speaking of not digging, I couldn't dig myself out of this shitty date because she was just burying me in her fucking problems.
What type of problems did she have?
She had a kid. And,
Ooh, that's a big one.
and was telling me all about how shitty her fucking baby daddy is and how like he had the kid in Chicago and how shitty his family is and all the drama with their family and the drama with her family and what a great guy her dad is and like how supportive he is of it and like trying to give her advice and I was like, that's okay, nice, right on. And but it's like the droning onto that and then she's like, well, I'm trying to do this with a career. She wanted to be like a firefighter, and then she was like going on all this stuff about like how everyone needs to get the vaccine.
Did she ask
And
anything about you?
Not once. I think I
Mm.
talked about me for 30 seconds. I was like, I do comedy sometimes, and she was like, yeah, I know. So my dad. I was like, okay. And I was like, all right.
This is the person I have to beat because I am in public.
Yes. And anyways, so I was like, well, like we should probably go because I just got the bill and it was $140. Just in margaritas and 4 tacos for me, not unhappy. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm broke now. And she worked at a different bar, I won't say where. But I was like, do you want to go over there and grab another one before? Because it was still like somewhat early.
Yeah.
And she was like, sure. And so we walked to this other bar. And then we kind of sit there and it's like, she's like barely conscious. So I'm like working to be like, how can I keep you awake? And so there's a deck of cards. We start playing war. And I'm like, when
That's
I
a
play
very
this
nice,
game,
simple card game.
very simple card game. Got to kind of keep the attention up, and then like still kind of be like, so like what about this? And still try to talk. And then she proceeds to drink like 2 more IPAs, and then goes to the bathroom, and doesn't come back. And one of the people who work there is a friend of her, like basically go to the bathroom and drag her out, and she can like barely stand up.
Oh God.
And I was like, well, I'm gonna go. Hope you had a nice time. See you later. And her friends
Steamboat.
were like, yeah, we'll take care of her. And I was like, thank you. And Steamboat. And I didn't ever call her again.
She got free drinks the whole night, it sounds like.
yeah,
Yep.
a whole bunch of them.
Lucky.
They weren't cheap.
Lucky.
Lucky. So that was the bars, and that's why I'm hesitant to fucking try to pick up chicks in bars
Yeah.
now.
Well, you should have dimed out after the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She
was pretty hot.
Yeah.
So I was
That's
trying
true.
to give it a shot because I'm shallow and sad.
You see things through, though. You're the last guy to leave the bar. You know
I
what I
am
mean? You like to hang out.
I do.
You do.
I like to
I've
like
noticed that. You're not just gonna cut the ties.
rarely.
You're gonna see this bitch through.
Like I'm gonna
Not her. I'm not calling her a bitch. But the
the
events.
bitch of the situation.
Yeah. Ah, damn.
The sunglasses, man. My
Fuck.
goodness.
Not
There we go.
misogynistic at all, huh, Matt?
No way.
Yeah, and then you tell that bitch next time you're paying for drinks. So and then so let's see. Most first, I had a couple quick fucking anecdotes on a dating site. It was on the Bumble, which is it's basically just Tinder
that?
but slightly classier.
Slightly classier Tinder.
Like
yeah.
you need a certain credit score
No,
to be on
not at
Bumble.
all.
It's-
Anyone can have
the
it.
only difference is the chick. If you like match with the chick has to message you first.
Which is bullshit because they always just say hey or
Yeah.
hi. So
Yeah,
you're
it's like,
It's just
essentially.
Great,
a
we got this out of the
hand-waving
way.
emoji.
So it's like you still have to say the shit first.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
It's fucking bullshit.
But so the one girl, she was like a workout. She had like a picture of her in the gym, and I was like, okay, like I too exercise occasionally, and so I was like, hey, do you need like a spotter or something like that? And she replies with only on bench, winking face. So if you don't know what that means, when you spot someone on bench, your dick is in their face, basically.
Yeah, but maybe she actually really just did like need a spot on bench.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
she was
she's
like,
like-
I really need
maybe
somebody
she
to
has,
actually
like-
do that.
Maybe she has a
I've
weak
been-
chest.
Yeah, I've
But of
pinned
course,
myself
Kyle's
before.
just like, oh, that means she wants to suck my dick.
And I was like, cool, I'll put my sweaty cock on your forehead. And she was like, perfect. But
the winky face is what threw you off. Only
Right.
on bench winky face?
yeah, well,
That's
the
what
joke was put a dick in my face,
I think so.
which I
If she didn't do a winky face though, you would have been like, oh, maybe she really just does need a spotter on bench.
right.
But the winky face.
The winky face she's in on the penis joke.
Yeah.
You would think, but we start joking back and forth, and it's going fine. But then she goes, serious question. This is a deal breaker. What's your favorite muscle group to work out? And I, of course, I'm like, well, I'm not going to answer this seriously because it's a stupid ass question.
Yeah, Kegels.
And so,
or
yeah,
whatever.
so just my vagina. But I answer it in a non-serious way. I just go, my ass. I said, just my glutes all day, every day. And then she blocked me.
What the
She blocked me.
I wonder what the right
Too
answer
far,
was.
bro. Too far.
That's what I was racking my brain about. I was like, well, I was clearly joking. Did she really think that I just only work out my ass? Because that'd be strange. But I was like, well, what answer did you want to hear?
What a living hell she must go through every day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy likes to work out his legs.
You should have been honest and
Nope.
been like, I work out my arms so they look like softballs.
Yeah.
I bet it was core, bro.
Yeah.
I bet it was core.
That's the intuitive person.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, you should have pulled a 180 and said, I like to exercise my mind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just me holding a thesaurus. Like to break a mental sweat as well.
the dictionary.
Upside down.
I like to break a mental sweat too.
Yes. We should
This
mate.
is a deal breaker. What's your favorite muscle group to work out? Why don't you
And
go
I'll-
fuck yourself?
I'll never. You'd think if I answered wrong, she'd been like, "Oh, well, I thought you would say this." So she was just like,
Not
done.
even telling you the right answer.
"No."
Not even
And
helping you out for next
I'm
What
time.
gonna
is the right
live-
answer?
I have no idea.
Is it leg day?
See,
It's core.
It's
gotta
either
be
core or legs. Because if I was like, my fucking biceps.
It's not biceps or chest.
No,
Those are
can't be any
beach
glamour muscles.
That's too egotistical.
Right.
Legs, it might be legs.
It can't
Might
be
be
traps
legs.
because that's scary. If you just concentrate on your traps.
Just,
Just the traps.
just trying to look like Goldberg from the WWE.
Just the traps or calves. She'd be like, this guy's a serial killer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Dave Bautista traps. Yeah.
So I'll have to live the rest of my life never knowing what her favorite
I wonder how many
muscle group
fucking
is.
guys she's asked that.
I don't know.
Hopefully someone gets it right. Or
Hopefully-
she's going to have a lonely
I mean,
life.
hopefully not. She can
One
fuck
of them
herself.
said my dick, and she's like, "Get over to my condo."
Maybe that was the answer. It'd been like, my favorite muscle group to work is yo ass, girl.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That ass.
Anal sex.
Kyle, sunglasses, Kyle.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. I'll never know.
What's the old Steamboat saying? Not your girl, she's just your time.
It's just your turn.
So after,
There's,
whatever. Dude.
Get rejected enough and kill yourself.
Yeah,
I believe
so
it's the
after-
Steamboat term.
I broke
Yeah.
after I broke up with that one chick. I didn't break up with her; she broke up with me. But I like to say it like that. So after I broke up with that chick,
Not misogynistic at all.
I'm in charge. I'm the man. I make the decisions around the house.
completely undercut myself.
I fix stuff with my hands.
After I lost my partner,
Yes.
Your partner.
like I was at
Like
work.
a cop.
It was still like
business?
He got shot at a B&E.
After I
Lost my partner that day.
Lost my partner.
Riggs was a good man.
She was my brother.
We went to the academy together.
That bitch was my brother. Oh, you dumb bitch. Why did you die on me?
Wake up.
So regardless, though,
Sorry.
Yeah, continue.
after a fresh breakup, I go back to work, and I was a bellhop at the Grand, and one of the fucking idiots that worked there dropped that line on me like 2 days after. He's like, "Well, you know what they say, bro. It's not your girl, just your turn." And I was like, "How fucking dare you say that to me right now?
Yeah, right?
I'm gonna kick your ass."
Like, this was my girlfriend, not
But
just some chick.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm gonna fuck you. Why would you say that, you
Yeah.
asshole? But then, come to find out, he was friends with this one chick for a
I thought you were
while.
going to say he was banging her. He's like, it was my turn.
No,
You didn't check the rotation, bro?
No.
Yeah, that would have at least been a little funnier. But
Not at the moment, but
but the whole time I was working with him, he had like this chick friend who he hung out with all the time,
and didn't.
and like
yeah.
and he's like, "No, we're just friends. I don't want to get." And then she was like, "We should fucking date." And he was finally like, "Oh, okay, let's date."
What a
And
dick.
then she broke up with him, and he moved out of town. and
Boom.
I was like, "It's not your time. It's just your turn." Or
Yeah,
whatever.
in Steamboat, it's not your
Fucking-
town, it's just your turn.
Yeah, dude. Couldn't handle it.
Fuck him. What a dildo.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious though.
Let
That is
me
pretty
let me
funny.
ask you
Instant
guys
karma.
something. Do you think guys run into the problem of finding someone to be with in this town because it's a tourist town and not everybody that they meet at a bar lives here? Is there that? Is there?
No.
You guys ever ran into that thing where it's just like, oh, she's really cool, but she lives in fucking Vermont?
I mean, honestly, it's the same thing that we always joke about is actually true, is that there's the actual volume of guys to girls is just way off.
Yeah, there's a lot more dudes. But I was talking about this yesterday. Do you think it's changing? I feel like I see a lot more women around here, at least in the summertime.
At least
Maybe
in the
they don't
summer.
live here though.
It's the
I don't know.
seasonal winter nar bros or just
Yeah.
more bros.
Okay.
They're not.
I was
nar
just being
chicks.
optimistic. Maybe it's changing.
No, it's
I don't
not. You're
think it
fucked.
is.
We're all fucked.
Yeah, we're destined to masturbate forever. You're a married man. How often do you masturbate?
About
With
every
your own
shower.
dick.
Every shower?
And I try to shower 5 times a day.
Very clean.
Very clean.
He just turns on National Geographic and he's like, honey, I gotta go get clean.
Yeah.
Jesus, read another shower.
Wow, honey,
Another shower?
your skin's gonna dry out. It'll be fine.
I'll be fucking fine.
So
Be
as a
fine, don't
married
come
man,
in.
It's still.
She's
you're-
like, water's really bad lube, honey. Shut up. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's not what it is.
it does make it drier somehow.
That's pretty ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Family Guy did a bit about that. So what? You're like 4 or 5 times a week?
I don't
Be
know.
honest.
Be honest with us here.
Your mom is listening. Be honest.
My
Be
mom
honest.
is listening.
Everyone who tunes in is hearing you say this right now. How many times you?
What's a good average?
100
married
people are
man.
gonna hear the answer to this question. How many times do you masturbate a week, Reed?
Give or take.
Your
probably
employer
like-
loves the show.
I'd say about 5.
Really?
4 or
That's pretty
5.
good.
That's like
good.
more than me, and I don't get laid.
How many times? What?
You guys,
I could do it real fast too. You don't know what it's like to be married. All I needed to do is I just smell my wife's hair while she's sleeping, and I don't even need to touch my penis. It just I'm all
comes
done.
out.
Yeah, I kind of like it when the dog's in the bed too. It kind of.
Oh God.
I mean, it's easy cleanup.
We're all together.
One happy family, dude.
No strollers, no sugars, no separation.
Oh God.
That's insane.
How often do you masturbate, Kyle?
It depends on the week. Sometimes it's once a week. Sometimes it's like 7 days a week.
You're just going off straight. Like, how do I feel?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little aggressive today. I should probably crank out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's pretty low. I found that I'm mentally healthier if I do it less.
Who do you think masturbates the most in Steamboat comedy?
Drew.
Even though he's
That's
old.
it.
Even though he's old.
Yeah, it's either Drew or me for sure.
It's either Drew or you. I mean, we don't have a lot of options here.
Uh-uh.
I would say it's Drew.
Because Spencer's never masturbated.
Spencer,
Well, he's Catholic, so he can't.
he's Mormon. It's worse.
Yeah. He's Catholic Mormon.
He can't touch it. He can't get through the underwear.
I was about to say, the magic underpants won't let him. It's like a chastity belt.
Oh, God, I love Mormons.
They're just the most fun.
I masturbate once a day, though.
See, I'm from the Midwest. We masturbate
Once a
while
day?
we drive.
Every
Once a
day?
day, like a prescription.
Like clockwork?
Yep.
Is there a time of day? Is it a right before you go to bed thing?
It's either before shower or before bed.
Interesting.
Yep. And sometimes I shower at yoga, so, like, I'm kidding. I don't jerk off at yoga.
Who are you trying to convince, buddy?
I'm just digging myself holes. I don't. That'd be insane.
It's so fun.
That'd be so fucking wild.
Dude, so many chicks are going to hit you up after this podcast because they're going to be so wildly impressed by you.
Bro, you saw me Friday night. I had chicks hanging all over me, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Matt, why are you wearing sunglasses at yoga?
No big deal.
My eyes are over here, bro.
That's just who I am now.
Yeah, Matt and I were cruising the babes at the free concert on Friday, and they were all over us.
They were all over us.
They were all over us.
We're like the Heisman, dude. Stiff arming chicks.
Yeah, dude. All
Like,
the
we're
high
just trying
schoolers
to
were like,
have-
fuck off, dude. Not yet.
We're trying to have a normal night for once. Jesus, ladies. But, you know how it goes.
Oh, I got one more funny Bumble story. This happened Friday night last week after the show. I was hitting up this girl I matched with, and I was like, come to Schmiggity's and hang out. And she didn't say anything back, so I didn't know she was coming. She shows up, and I'm sitting at the bar with Patrick, the the bouncer. Shout out to Pat, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
And she comes in behind me and was like, hey, Kyle. And I turn around and look at her, and I was like, hey. And I was just like, one of my fans. And I just turned back to the bar and ignored her.
Didn't even know it was
I
her.
didn't recognize
You fuck.
her. Her hair was different. She curled it, and it wasn't curly in the
Oh, hey,
picture.
what's up?
Yeah, I was literally just like, hey, how's it going?
Just dropped the
And then
ball
just
there.
turned around.
Oh.
That's so funny.
And then I hit her up the next
She's like, that pretentious fuck.
dude, seriously, later that night, I was like, why didn't you come out? And she's like, I did. And I was like, that was you? She was like, yeah, dude. And I was like, whoops.
Put the phone away.
And then I was like, well, you'll hang out some other time? She's like, I'm leaving town.
Forever because of you.
See ya. Bye.
Right through your fingers.
Right, yep. And there it goes. I don't know, should we take an entry?
Yeah.
Take an entry.
Yeah, we
Let's
had
go
some
to the
entries.
phones.
Let's go to the phones.
Our loyal fans logged us some entries,
We got some entries.
which is wild, dude. If you're listening to this, you're a fucking angel. You're an angel with
make sure
Someone
you give
just
their
messaged
name
me
and their
and was
address.
like, I need one. And I said, I'm going to text him and say, we're doing the podcast right now. Be quick.
I need one. What you said?
A story,
Mullen?
someone just like hit me up because they saw the thing on Facebook. And he was like, oh, like, I got a good story. Let me,
Oh,
like,
I thought
think
you
of
said
one.
somebody texted you and said, I need one, like a hand job.
Or
Like you have to go right now.
or
That's
Mullen,
besides the point.
or an 8-ball or so, whatever you sell on the
Whatever the
side.
fuck you have hidden in that mattress.
Yeah.
Steamboat comedy is just really a fucking front.
Yeah.
For
For
coke.
drug smuggling.
All right, so this voicemail comes from Jared Morrill,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Jared Morrill.
frequent co-host of the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. All right,
Hey.
I'm gonna turn up the volume here.
And
All right,
a frequent performer.
all right, here we go.
So that dumb, if you can dream it, you can do it shit.
My
I got
voicemail
a
is
quick
fucking
little
great.
simple story. I decided to go on a Tinder date like an asshole with some chick at one of the bars in Steamboat. And right when I sat down, maybe we're 5 minutes into the conversation, drinking a beer, she goes, "Oh, so what's your sign?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a Gemini." And then she literally goes, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm good, thank you," and just got up and left. And I had to pay for her beer. That's the bullshit you have to deal with in Steamboat. Later.
Whoa!
Oh,
my
bummer.
God.
Wow.
That's so Virgo of her.
That's why. That's
Oh
why
my
all
God.
guys listening. That's why you should never go on a date with Kendra Ruth, because that's what'll happen with you.
So that's who he was on
She
a
just
date
breaks
with.
out the tarot cards. You're like, oh boy.
He's like, "Let me see your palm." Wow, just straight up, like, not even get to know you. Just, "Oh, you're a Gemini. Thanks, I'm good." Walks out.
Wow.
That's an
That's-
insane person.
That's literally a religious fanatic fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, that's a Looney Tune.
That's a Looney Tune dork.
How could you live your life like that?
I don't know.
Like that's how you look for
I mean, that's
guys?
more racist than anything I've ever heard.
It kind of is,
It's like
because you can't change
prejudice.
your
like,
sign.
It's like, hey, I was
No.
born in March. I'm sorry. I'm trying. You're really pretty. It's like, fuck you.
It's like not a choice.
My dad was born in March, and I hate him. Yeah.
Sorry, my parents wanted to bang midsummer, and I was born
Yeah,
in the spring.
on that hot summer day.
You're welcome for the drinks.
Yeah, there's $100 in salt and
Poor
lime.
Jared.
Wow, that's brutal. Sorry,
You can't
Jared.
change your sign. That's insane.
No,
I can see Jared just doing the classic, like, just she leaves and he's just there and he puts his two hands in the air, like Jared, just like,
Just-
fucking great,
hands up in the air, just like, "Well,
cool.
2 shots just for me, please."
Yeah, can I have 2 shots of Jameson and a spritzer?
They're like, "Oh, for you and your date," and he's like, "Nope, not anymore."
Nope,
Those are for
Spritzer's for me.
Jesus Christ, that's brutal.
That's tough. There's no winning that. You should have just
Ooh.
said, "I don't know."
So I got another story.
And like, I don't know what my sign is.
I got one
I'm
sent
not
in.
insane.
Yeah, right.
I don't
Like,
judge people based off when they were born.
Yeah, because that's retarded. Sorry to use a hard R.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
I can't believe that.
You can judge somebody on where they were born, absolutely.
Yeah, but even that's not a choice.
Yeah, because if like you meet someone, they're like, "Oh, I'm from Russia." It's like, "Well, you're a spy, and I value my life." And you know,
Yeah, that's true.
I can't risk this.
I
A
can't
lot of
miss this.
Russians.
A lot of Russians right now.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull this one up.
Drew probably does masturbate a lot.
Oh, I can guarantee it.
I've asked him before. I've asked pretty much everyone I hang out with how much they masturbate.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like he
It's
has a
fun to
cabin
know.
just for a chair and Kleenex. You know?
I think he said any chance I get. Because he's old.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So,
He
like,
doesn't
old
have a
dudes-
job. He could do it all day, every day.
I think what he's
That
meaning
includes
is
the
like
parking
when
lot.
his dick gets hard, which it doesn't that often because
Oh,
he's old.
he's got a sad old penis.
That's what like I find the more old guys I ask that in my day to day. They're like whenever whenever I can.
Whenever
It's like a couple times a month because they're so old. Their testosterone doesn't
doesn't work so well.
give them erections or however that works.
All right, let me
Yeah,
find it.
I
I'm
would
thinking
know.
about doing a bit on like checking your own balls for like testicular cancer, like to see if there's you try to do this,
Yeah.
but there's this.
Well, mine was a true story. so
But there's a
it's
little different angle, like
Yeah.
checking your balls for testicular cancer, seeing if there's any abnormalities. But
Mhm.
you have nothing to compare that to, so you need to try to you need to touch other people's balls to
just to see.
to see if yours are different.
That's a good point. And then and if you fuck up, you've gone 33 years on this planet with elephantitis on your nuts.
Yeah,
and you just had
exactly.
no fucking idea.
and because you weren't touching other people's balls.
Maybe this was time to spread some awareness.
I think so.
Guys, when you're at the hot springs,
Find a friend.
Find a friend,
or a new friend.
A new friend, exactly.
grab some nuts.
That's how can you get to know someone that well so quickly? I mean, that's like the
Yeah.
best way.
Grab each other's nuts, look each other in the eye, and say, "Thank you."
Yeah, maybe maybe a gentle kiss on the cheek to show appreciation. All right, so here's the next story we got.
Thanks, man.
This is from Chris. I'll keep it anonymous outside of that. Chris said, I banged a chick for 2 weeks, and then she ghosted me. Then a few days later, she showed up as people you may know with a wedding photo as the profile pic. So I guess I was the last adventure.
Oh,
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That seems like a Steamboat thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm in this town. I'm not going back. Yeah, I'm not going to come back here. You know, this is my last time, blah, blah, blah. That makes sense.
It's because the chicks know they can just go fucking fishing and any night.
Yeah.
There's some idiot like Chris. He'll bang you.
I think he's just bragging at this point. Like, that's a cool
I
story.
mean, that is kind of cool. It's better than, getting shut down.
Yeah. Someone getting blacked out drunk and you paying for their drinks. Like,
yeah.
That's pretty cool. She banged you and then
And then was
left?
like, turns out I'm going to get married.
When got married. Or, yeah, maybe he was so bad she was like, oh, God.
Dude.
I'm not going to find anything better.
I have banged a chick and then she immediately became a lesbian afterwards. That's
like,
a true
I'm
story. She's like, on second thought, dicks suck. And as a representative of dicks worldwide, I failed.
It wasn't like there was a bad one and she's like, let me try this 4 more times. It was like, no, yours was the one
Definitive.
Well, actually,
that just said absolutely not.
this is the funny story. Is it was actually a 3-way with my at the time bi girlfriend and this chick.
This is fake.
This is 100% real.
This is a real thing.
Yeah, Reed knows. He knows who I'm talking about. I won't say names. Because the dating a bi chick is sweet because she would go to the bar and be like, I'm scouting out people for us to double team. And I'd be like, okay. And I would just do nothing.
I think it's a personal opinion, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine. It's great. But but it happened one time. And
Jesus.
yeah, when we were done, she's like, I choose the vagina.
Yeah, no, it was a competition between you and your girlfriend.
And I fucking lost, dude.
Dude, way to fucking go down for Team Man. You got a job to do, man.
I know, man. I blew it.
Should have punched that bitch in the face and just been like, this is why you're with a man.
Again, I feel like you're just bragging. I don't feel like that's a bad thing.
No, the bitch that she decided to go with instead.
It is. It's a brag, but also kind of like when you think about it, you're like, oh, fuck.
My gut is she really just wanted to bang chicks from
I
the
think
beginning.
that's
don't
what
think
I
it was
tell myself at least.
Have you ever-
representative of you at
It
all?
wasn't my sad dick.
Have you ever
No
hooked-
way it was your sad dick.
Honestly, I was hammered. I barely remember what happened.
That's
They
good.
insisted because they're like, I'm nervous. And so we took a whole bunch of shots, and I remember very little.
That's romantic as fuck.
Isn't it? That's
you
what
know-
love is.
That's love.
If you've ever hooked up with
A
a
man?
gal before and then that's the first time that she's ever like climaxed and orgasmed and she's
Climax and orgasm?
like, you know what I mean? And then you've been like, oh my God,
They're
I've
two
never
different
done
things.
this. Has never happened to me before. And you're kind of like, oh, hell yes. You experienced the opposite of that.
Yep.
She was like, I need to take some time off of that forever.
She was like, that was bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Maybe you
thing.
should just like throw in the towel, dude, and just get into dudes.
Should I just be gay now?
Yeah.
That's what this
That's
podcast
sign.
is really about.
It's about being gay,
It's about us.
like Buzz Lightyear.
God,
Like
which
Dumbledore.
dude, he didn't do one gay thing that whole movie.
Very small side note is yes, we watched some of the Buzz Light Disney Plus animated picture because we heard he was going to be gay, and I was
Because that's
all
what
excited.
dudes do in my house.
That's what men do. Duh, dude. You watch children's cartoons to see the gay sex scenes, and there wasn't
There
one.
wasn't one.
I was pretty bummed.
I didn't even. The thing was, there was supposed to be chicks kissing, and there wasn't even that. I didn't see.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I mean,
Yeah, fuck
What kind
Buzz
of message-
Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear sucks, dude.
what kind of
Stupid.
message does that send to the kids?
What
dude?
kind of story development is that
What,
with no chicks?
Girls
banging?
can't kiss each other? Is that what you're trying to say, Disney?
Well, you tell the kids they can kiss each other, and then you don't show them kissing each
Yeah.
other. That's bullshit.
Katy Perry would be pissed.
That's honeypotting.
Yeah, right?
Buzz Lightyear honeypotting.
Fucking sugar dicked us. Anyways, so my life is sad.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh.
Thanks for tuning in this week.
Yeah.
Dating always a good subject here in Steamboat.
So you got any prospects right now? Anyone you're working on, Matt?
What are you, gay, dude? No.
Yeah. You got any free time this
What
weekend?
question is that, dude?
Got
I don't
anybody
know.
you're spying on?
Trying to see.
Have anyone I'm stalking? Not at the moment, no.
This
Anyone-
is lady at the bus stop. I don't have a name, but I just call her Betty.
Yes. In my mind, she's Betty, and she'll never leave.
No, I don't.
You don't? Nothing
No,
going
goddamn.
on? Did you ever get?
I'm not on the dating sites, dude, because I think they're poison.
Well, I was gonna. Oh, another question I forgot. You ever date a comic?
No, God, no.
No.
Have you? You've banged a comic.
I banged. Well,
Maybe we should stop saying banged. I think that's immature.
I
Yeah, you should say porked.
Porked.
yeah. So I was
Plunder.
porking this broad. there was a girl here who used to do open mic with us, and we were porking for a minute. We were porking for a bit, and then she left town because
We went and parked after going to the soda fountain. See,
Yes. I took her up to Strawberry Hot Springs. We watched the sun go down, and we porked.
parked on the rise.
Talked all night.
I laid out a picnic blanket, and we stayed until the. We made sweet pork.
Stared into each other's eyes.
And then she left town.
Expressed our truest feelings.
It wasn't weird.
Porked the night
Real
away.
pork fest.
And we just porking the night away. But luckily, she was pretty new to doing open mics, so it never got to the point where we like really talked about comedy.
Yeah, you didn't have to
'Cause
put
that
her on
would've
any
been rough.
shows. Thank God.
Yeah,
She'd be headlining every show.
Why am I not on your show? Like after you get done having sex, and she's like, so I was thinking, like doing the like finger around your chest hair. So I was thinking maybe I do 10 minutes on the next show. I have to be like,
I gotta check.
I don't know if there's space, babe. I don't know. She wasn't very good, but she was very new, to be fair. So
And
yeah,
you took
luckily it didn't get
advantage of
weird. Yeah, and I was like, "Yo, you want to be in Steamboat Comedy?
Hey,
Girl?
honey, you want to be a star?
You wanna
like
play-
Gwen? Like Gwyneth Paltrow? You want to be a
Yes.
star?
Oh my God.
You want to play the Gaslight?" That's an inside Llewyn Davis reference. A little inside Llewyn Davis baseball.
No, never banged a comic.
It seems like it'd be a bad idea for all the reasons I just said.
It's like, yeah, dude, you're doing.
The only
it's
comic
there's-
couple that I know is Christina and Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Other than that, it seems like it's a really hard relationship to be in.
I know Luis Gomez always bangs young chick comics.
He is a scummy guy.
When
though.
I saw him in Austin, he put up a girl on his fucking show that was his girlfriend, and she fucking bombed.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Sean and Kaylin.
Sean and Kaylin, oh duh, of course.
Of course,
our fucking
of course.
friends,
And
yeah.
but luckily they're both fucking great,
Yeah.
and so that works out. It'd be a lot
I guess
harder.
there is hope.
There is hope. It's possible. It just, it'd be cool because you'd have a lot in common, but I feel like then also it'd get old real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe it's like the last fucking thing you want to talk about at the end of the day, you know?
There's also Georgia Comstock, who's done shows with us, front of the show, Georgia Comstock, and her husband, Nick Dean.
Oh yeah, they make it work. I guess it can be done.
Yeah.
I just don't have the desire really.
Well,
Like,
you already
I'm
hung your
supposed to
dick
be-
up, so
I'm
it
supposed
doesn't
to be
matter.
The funny one, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I got. Right?
Your girlfriend's being like all wacky and shit. Like
Yeah,
you
no,
take her out to a
absolutely not.
party and she's like, "Hey, everybody, wow!"
You're like, no, that's my fucking thing.
She's holding court. Like, you don't do the one-liners. I do
also,
those.
fucking Bruce Gray, his girlfriend's a comic, and she's
Yeah.
real funny.
Apparently, he said she's funnier than him. He said that.
Well, they both did Portland's Funniest Person, and she won.
Yeah. We
Although
all know
comedy competitions are stupid.
bullshit.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah,
We're on
there
the
you go.
same page.
Right.
God, we're fucking
like we-
symbiotic,
It's like we
dude.
finish each other's sentences.
Orgasms.
Are you sure you hung that dick up, buddy?
I hung my dick up
Let's take
over
it.
the
Let's
over the fireplace.
let's take it off the rack. Let's take it for a spin.
It's hot. It's over the fireplace. It's charred at this.
It's not
at
just the
this point.
gonorrhea.
My God.
Yeah, it just seems like a fucking terrible idea.
Remember
know.
when Reese said climax and orgasm? Have you
Yeah.
ever made a chick? That's
First she climaxed,
and
and
then you orgasm.
and then-
Then the wet stuff comes out.
the wet stuff.
The wet
comes
stuff
out.
is pee.
That was so romantic.
Oh, honey, your wet stuff's all over the sheets. I guess they were all done.
so gross. Oh my God.
Oh, I could tell it's well. I don't know. This isn't too graphic. I'll try to keep it as graphic as not possible. So, I hooked up with a chick after one of our shows about 4 or 5 months ago.
I know who this is.
Yeah, you do. And took her home, and just fucking was like, when you're hooking up with a chick for the first time, you're like, I really got to put in the effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta be
And
like a
I
porn
did.
star. You gotta
Yeah.
have total control.
I went fucking hard in the paint, dude. And she was all about it. And it was great. And then, as a tear rolls down my cheek.
And then,
And then, so like, I was like, well, let's do it again sometime. And she was like, well, I'm really busy, this and that. But I could tell she was actually like, I am busy, but we're going to do it again because the banging was so good. And I was like, right on. And so like a month.
Bragging again, dude.
But no, this is where this is where it comes to a screeching halt.
Threesomes and
It's-
bangs.
It's gonna turn real quick. So then the next time
That you
I
porked.
see her, it was like 2 months later, and I go over to her place, and she was just kind of like, "Well, I just want to like hang out. I'm not really in the mood this and that." And she's like, "You can come over if you want." And I was like, "Okay." And so I went over there. This girl's a lot younger than me, and we had nothing to talk about, and we were sitting on her couch. And she was watching the dumbest. What's the really fucking dumb True Blood? The really dumb vampire.
vampire
show.
porn.
I watched.
Yeah.
This is how dedicated I was to trying to get laid. I watched 2 full episodes of True Blood,
Those are hour longs too, right?
hour long,
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
dumb and it doesn't make any sense. And I kind of like after like I kept being like, "So what's happening?" And after a while, she was like, "Stop asking me what's happening." And I was like, "All right." And
They're fucking vampires, bro. All right.
And then.
This isn't about plot.
And then she was like, "I'm gonna go to bed," and I was like, "Can I come?" And she was like, "Yeah, but I just want to watch TV." And I was like, "That's fine. I'm gonna put in some quality time." And so go, and then she puts on like NCIS or like some just even dumber fucking show.
Oh
Bloods.
no.
And I sat there and I watched it for like fucking another at least 2 hours. I was just losing my mind. And then I start like, kind of, we're cuddling, getting a thing, doing a little back rub thing. And like, this is 6 hours later. She's finally like, all right. And we started getting into it. But I had waited so long and I was so annoyed. I probably busted in 2 minutes. Oh, no. And then I was just like, I'm going to bed.
Can you put on The Simpsons so I can fall asleep?
Yeah. She was just like,
Now we're gonna watch my shit.
she was like, really? And I was like, I'm already asleep. And then the next day, basically, she had to get up and work in the morning. And like the last thing she said was, she was like, something along the lines of like, get out. And I was like, see you later.
Yeah. You're like, that's a good movie, Jordan Peele.
Never
Get
talk
out.
to her again.
Never?
No.
That's
Didn't even
love,
try.
dude.
I was so annoyed after the experience of like, oh, I can't put in this much work. I was like, just bye.
That's love. That's pure
Kyle
love.
Ruff didn't have those 2 hours of drinking whiskey and IPAs to get ready.
No, I was sober and I was annoyed and I was like, I'm trying to get my business done at this point. And so I was just like, blat. See you later.
Wow.
And strangely, she never hit me up again.
Yeah, you blew it.
Literally. Yeah.
And figuratively.
But no, I was, I didn't even try.
No, we're too
I'm
cool.
fogging up my glasses here, talking, getting all steamy.
Well, we got to take our shirts off.
Is it that time?
Yeah.
Oh, do it. Of course. How long are we, Reed, I can't see with my cool sunglasses. How long have we been going for?
About 6 hours there, Chief.
We're watching True Blood or what?
We can talk about Batgirl, how they can that.
Oh, yeah, real quick. That's hilarious.
Spent $90 million and
Speaking
just canned it.
Speaking of how chicks suck.
Yeah, dude. God. The most-
I almost got Reed on the spit take there. But yeah, they spent $90 million on a Batwoman TV show. Is it Batgirl or Batwoman?
Batgirl.
Batzer. And it was apparently so bad. It tested so poorly that they're like, we're not even going to put it out on Netflix for free. We're going to scrap it, and no one will ever see it.
Not since the Star Wars Christmas special have I ever heard of anything like
But
this.
you can still watch the Star Wars Christmas special. They tried to pull that down retroactively, and then the internet happened, and they're like, nah, it's too
Could be
late.
some fucking crazy Saudi billionaire that wants to buy the only copy
Oh,
of
God,
Batgirl.
yeah.
It's gonna
be
go
sick.
for like $7 billion.
Yeah, some oligarch in Russia has a film canister. It's the only copy. Bought it for $70 million, so they only lost 20.
Well, that's what I was talking with Matt before the podcast. I was just like, maybe like they know it's so bad that it's going to bomb so bad that they don't even want to spend the money to advertise and release it because it's going to lose money. But at the same time, they might as well just release it.
I mean, you can sell
spent $90
sell
million.
it. Yeah, sell it to Netflix for $40. You at least only lost $89 million. $999,960.
Dude, it must
Right?
be really bad.
It's got to
that
be
bad.
unbelievable.
Like, I want to watch it right now.
I want I feel like there's going to be an outcry of people just let us see it.
Yeah.
Just let us see it.
And it's so bad. I was expressing how the gravity of
It's gonna be like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where everyone just melts if they watch it.
How this Batgirl must feel, who played I don't even know her name, but like they don't want to release this movie that you starred in. They'd rather waste $90 million than tarnish their reputation because of you.
That's that's got to be the biggest flop ever.
You'll never work in this town again.
They didn't even allow it to flop.
They didn't even allow it. I mean, but it did, because it grossed $0.
That's a huge flop.
That no movie has ever grossed $0.
Roman Polanski could release a movie right now and they would allow it.
Yeah. I'd watch it.
I think they saw how well She-Hulk did, and they were like, we can't compete with
She-Hulk.
Oh, attorney of law.
The only cool thing about She-Hulk is that Daredevil's going to be in it. And he's cool.
There's nothing cool about new Disney shows.
They're scrambling.
They're really bad.
Well, they're scrambling
really bad,
to try to come up with something new that people will like, but also they have their HR department that is demanding that they insert woke shit in, and so that's just tanking them and undercutting them.
Well, that's the
I mean?
thing with the Batgirl. Like, her friend in the movie was trans.
Right.
She is a woman of color.
Right.
And they canned it. So now the LGBTQ community is like, you sons of bitches, you racist, homophobics,
right,
transphobics.
That's another thing, is it just, not only did they just gross $0, but it makes them look like assholes.
Yeah. It's not a good look for him.
It's gonna be something terrible, like Brendan Fraser was eating the staff.
He was in the movie. It was good. J.K. Simmons was supposed to be the detective. I saw. Great fucking actor.
He's the man.
Michael Keaton was making a comeback as Batman in it.
What?
Like an old Batman. Yeah.
That's so cool.
To be like, I'm your leader. This is how you be Batgirl.
Whoa.
So it was like, it looked cool, but
maybe they were just like looking at the
DC
success
hates
of
women.
Robert
And
Pattinson's
hates-
Batman. And they were just like, we don't need another Batman. And
well, that's
this
the
is
other
pointless.
thing. Like,
they are oversaturating it. That was like, as good as The Batman was, I'm pretty sure we already talked about it extensively.
Yeah, we did.
a couple times.
Great
A
movie.
couple times. The only thing that annoyed me, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it at this point, go fuck yourself, was at the end when there's a little cameo by the Joker.
Yeah.
And I was like, do we need another Joker?
Right.
How about we wait 15 years at least, and then maybe we bring back the Joker? I'm so over it.
You're done with the Joker.
It's just, how many times do we have to do the same fucking thing? And you're never going
agree.
to top Heath Ledger.
You can't.
I mean, obviously, Joaquin Phoenix was sweet, but that was kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
But between those two, it's like, don't even try.
So the
Just
rumor
stop.
that I've read on the internet is that one of there's going to be multiple villains in the next one, but one of them is going to be Victor Freeze.
Good.
Nice.
And it's going to be played by the guy from Barry, the bald guy from who's like Chechnyan.
Really?
He with no eyebrows.
Because he froze all of his hair off?
Well, he has like a skin
He
condition
actually
or
has
something.
no eyebrows.
He
It's
has
not
like
just for the show.
he has like a real life condition. I
Yeah.
saw him on Seth Meyers.
If you haven't
or
seen
something.
Barry, go watch it. 'Cause it's fucking
gold.
so good.
But like he's supposed to play Victor Freeze.
Interesting.
Yeah, but so they're at least trying
He's
something
going to be like,
different. with that.
Batman. Batman, why do you do this to me? Yeah.
But I agree. Like it's just kind of the same recycled shit. But then when Disney tries to like pull, try to go deep down in the bottom of the bag to find what they haven't done yet, it's still kind of coming up meh.
Well, comic books don't need to be woke, I think, is really what's going on here.
Yeah, they don't.
The comic series are what they are. They've been around for fucking years,
Right.
It has their following, comic book nerds.
Yeah. And people are just tired of it. I know a guy, there's a dude named Eric July who's like a podcaster, and he's in like a metal band, and he has what else was I going to say? He's really into comic books. He wrote his own like original comic book, and the whole idea is that it's supposed to be like anti-woke, which I don't know what that means exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But it grossed $1 million in one day.
That's insane.
The first day he released this comic, people bought $1 million worth of comics.
That's
because people are so over the shit.
Yeah.
They're so over it.
I think it still exists.
But it's like the superhero movies are pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And you also you don't have to be like, women and trans people fucking suck. You can just, do it in a not stupid fucking way.
Yeah.
Do it in a subtle way, maybe. Not beat people over the fucking head with it,
I mean,
yeah, I just watched Prey on Hulu, the Predator prequel.
It's where everyone just gets down on their knees and they praise for the predator to go away.
You got it. Yeah, it's the Mormons fight the Predator. Yeah, no.
They'll just get slaughtered.
It's about like a Native American. It's like the Predator first comes to Earth and is fighting Native Americans. But the catch is the main role is a Native American woman who's a hunter. It's like a underdog story. And it's one of those like, okay, this isn't realistic in any way, shape, or form because that wasn't her role back then. But I would be a bigot if I said that.
You would.
So that's Hollywood being like, okay, we can make a good Predator movie, but we still have to throw this fucking shit in.
Yeah.
It doesn't skip the fact that it was a cool movie, but like, yeah, that's all over the place.
Yeah, it's Hollywood just being up their own asses, dude.
I'm taking off my shirt.
Take off your shirt, dude. We're getting fucking semi-fascist, dude. So take your shirt off. We're getting close.
Are we like an hour and 40 minutes?
Here's the thing about dating and Steamboat is
just not enough girls are into Batman.
like, look at me. You don't want to bang this?
See all of that, ladies?
Suit yourself.
You know who
watching
you
on
look
YouTube.
like with that hat right now? You look
What?
like Pauly Shore from In the Army now.
I've gotten.
I was thinking Andy Dick.
Or Andy Dick, yeah.
I've actually gotten Pauly Shore before. Never Andy Dick. That's a new one, but I'll take it.
Is the hair? It's
You're
longer.
the guy who goes to clubs and ruins clubs and they have to close. You are
I
Andy
wish,
Dick.
dude. If I could just go to any club, that'd be sick. Just book us, Jesus.
Just book us already.
Book us and bang us. Book us and bang us, dude. Is that too much to ask?
Right?
For?
Speaking of which,
That's the other thing with sex, dude.
here's the deal with sex. Just bang us.
Just bang us. Who gives a shit?
It's fun.
It's fun. It's
Half
cool.
the time I really try.
Yeah, and it will last long.
Unless you watch NCIS, and it's
Yeah.
going to be really fast.
you put
and I'm
on-
going to slap you.
If you put on network TV, I'm going to be in and out, and that's a promise.
Is that Chris O'Donnell solving a problem? I'm out of here.
That's what it was. I saw Chris O'Donnell, and I was like, oh, no.
And LL Cool J in a fast car. Oh, I hate this woman.
Oh, it's going to be over quick. It's going to be a quick one.
It's like where she's like, do you want to watch Good Will Hunting? It's like, I'm going to put a baby in you.
And I was like,
And it is my fault.
yes.
It is my fault.
Just take the condom and throw it away.
TNT knows drama, though.
They do know drama.
TNT knows drama.
Characters welcome. Or that's
Jesus
something
Christ.
else. Anyways,
Burn notice at 10 p.m.
speaking of characters welcome, I'm going to be at the Vale Comedy Show this Thursday
Ooh,
with Mr. M.K. Paulson, who will be headlining this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Friend of the show, guest on the Steamboat Comedy Podcast, M.K. Paulson is headlining Schmiggities this Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a fucking blast. Anyone...
when he's not busy swatting planes away from the Empire State Building.
Yeah, he's a giant man.
We only book enormous comics. That's our theme here, apparently.
What it is.
Yeah, if Kevin Hart showed up, Kyle would just be like, yo, dude, stop flexing. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, sorry, dude, there's a height requirement. And he'd be like, really, dude? From you? But then it's funny because after that, 2 weeks later, it was Brent Gill, who's also a big-ass dude.
Just big men.
Just big men is what we
Love
like.
big men on our stage.
Exactly.
Big funny men.
Big funny men.
Big
Fuck
boys
yeah,
out
MK's
here.
gonna be sick though.
Jokes.
It's
God,
gonna
we
be
put
great.
on great shows. You should come fucking check it
Yeah,
out. They're awesome.
come check it out. Also, vote for us for Best of the Boat. The Steamboat Comedy Podcast has to defend its title. There it is, Reed.
Reed shirt
That's-
is. Oh,
That's a fucking man.
Usually people can't tell if my shirt's on or off, so thank you guys.
how
It's
many
the hair.
people are tuning in right now just to check that out.
Just to check. They're just, I got to switch to YouTube right now.
Yeah. My nipples look like I'm pregnant.
It's sexy. What else?
That's a
coming up?
compliment, ladies, okay? God.
Yeah. Quit being so bigoted against yourself.
Yeah. My pepperoni nips is my body, and not my choice.
It's not, no. That was God's choice.
Just
You chose poorly.
God saying you will be Italian.
You were raised on the sausage. You will represent the sausage. Also, I'm doing the Tower Gang podcast on Wednesday. Should be fun.
Wow, and you calling in? Are you going down?
Yeah, it's we're doing it on StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Yeah, it's dudes all over the
Kids and your
place.
Technology.
These are my political libertarian friends.
You're not even libertarian though. It's a front. He's so democratic.
Yeah,
it's
he
wild,
really
bro.
is. He won't tell anybody, but
You-
he like loves Joe Biden.
He
Yeah,
does.
dude. He's the best president we've ever had. That's besides the point.
Voted for him 18 times.
I'd
dude.
vote for him again and he's gonna run
Or walk.
or walk or fall down and shit.
Fall down and shit himself.
He can put a medal on me backwards any day of the week. It's gonna be great. Did you see that video?
No, I
He
didn't.
presented some guy with like a medal. I can't remember what it was, and he put it on backwards.
I saw him go to like shake someone's hand who wasn't there though.
Oh, he does that a
He's done
lot.
He
a
waves
couple
at people
times.
that aren't there.
Remember
too.
when he was smelling kids' hair?
Yeah,
Fucking A, no one's talking about that anymore.
he's probably lost his
oh.
sense of smell.
Funny thing about Biden, real quick. There was an anecdote that I saw from a speech he was giving, and it was just like, he was basically talking about the economy, and he was just like, he was like, "Oh, the end is coming. I see a light. Everything's gonna turn around. I swear. I could feel it. I could smell it." Yeah. And I was like, "Don't say smell." Don't
God.
say you can smell it, dude. Just stop.
It's like Ron
I
Burgundy.
could smell them. I could smell them like I smell the boys.
You know,
Down at the pool. Man.
you know the thing.
I could smell it. It's like easy Biden.
Someone in the background's like, God damn it! For the last time, he'll read anything you put on the teleprompter.
I feel like it's not that hard to smell kids' hair. Like, is that a lot to ask for out of a president to not
To not do that,
to not do that?
I was gonna say it's not hard to do. It's also not hard to not do.
It's not hard to smell kids' hair.
Yeah.
All you have to do is get close enough to them.
I mean, they're already down there. You just kind of tip your head down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean the logistics check out.
Or maybe
out.
like you can smell a kid. It's just like how far away you are. Like Donald Trump can get like a hose or something and be like, "That's a good kid." Like,
Yeah, it's like COVID. You got to be 6 feet away.
yeah.
You know.
Trump has a drone that just goes over and collects smell dander and then comes back. And
I'm scared.
Everything's gonna be fine. All right, we should probably wrap this up. We've been going
Yeah,
for a long
there we
time.
go.
So yeah, come check it out this weekend. Check out steamboatcomedy.com for all your tickets for upcoming events. It's going to be a blast. MK Paulson is the fucking funniest guy. Going to have such a good time.
And we're pretty funny ourselves.
Also, if we have any, that we are.
You know?
And you can come see us in Oak Creek Labor Day weekend as well. Just announced. We just booked. We're going back to Oak Creek just like we did last year.
Doing long sets, bitch.
Doing long sets, dude. We're fucking featuring ourselves.
Damn
Because
right.
they deserve it.
Because someone needs to.
About goddamn time I gave myself some respect.
After all, it is Oak Creek. You are big comedians from the big city.
Fucking ain't right, partner.
All the way from the metropolis of Steamboat Springs.
We don't have that fancy art down here in
Yeah,
Oak
right.
Creek.
Dude, what if we just get like millions of views on this podcast because we took our shirts off?
It wouldn't surprise me.
And then they plummeted as soon as I took off mine. Yeah.
and they're like, God damn it.
Side note about Oak Creek, I performed at it last year, and it was an absolute hoot.
It was fun.
If you can make your way out there, they are having such a good time out in Oak Creek, and they're
Hell
so
yeah.
happy to have you guys, and they just have a fucking ball. Really, really, really fun crowd. Like, if you're going to go to Oak Creek once a year,
This is the weekend.
This
This
is the
is the
weekend
time,
to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good time.
I'm going up there with a gun and I'm just going to start firing it in the air.
That would be the best thing you could do.
So I'm going to do that. I'm bringing 18 magazines with me. And I'm going through a magazine a minute. Just fucking firing them in
Instead
the
of
air.
like rim shots, you just fucking shoot a gun.
Like airline food, am I right?
It's like when we went to New Hampshire and I was like, if you're in trouble, just yell, fuck the government.
Yep.
This in Oak Creek, you just shoot a shotgun in
Shoot
the
it.
air.
Woohoo! Crowd goes nuts.
Am I right, bitches? And they're like, woo! All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you this weekend. Thanks for listening. Best of the boat. Check it out. See ya.
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.